Welcome to the Real Focus Show. My name is Real Focus, and today this is Understand Yourself, Understand Your Mind. I hypnotize people, they go to sleep, they go in a trance state, they go in another brainwave state. In that brainwave state, you have access to your subconscious mind. And when you have access to your subconscious mind, you can put in affirmations and they work like on steroids. You know what I mean? You can think of it simplified like that. And this is what I do. I have my clients all over the world using this stuff. Billionaires use this stuff. This is powerful because you get access to another information field, which is actually yourself, which is your subconscious. You clear the noise, you reduce the noise, and then you can see your straight path to victory. And that's for entrepreneurs and world-class athletes that are operating at a world stage. Doesn't matter what sport it is, because I have knowledge in different sports. I'm a fit guy. You see my training videos, you see my schedules, you see how I operate in life, how productive I am, what I do. And this is not for everyone, because you have to be at a certain level in order to level up even more. Everyone has potential, low level, high level, whatever it is, right? We all come from somewhere. And I'm connecting the dots as I'm sitting here, and you hear this noise in the background. We're in the middle of the city in Munich. We're in Königshof, one of the most beautiful hotels in Munich. You see the beautiful view. You see, like always, I'm not joking when I say I drink coffee and I drink water. And I do that throughout the whole day, and then I eat once a day. And I fast all the time, because when you're fasting, your body is regenerating and eating its own cells. And then you only have good cells, you have no parasites. All my protocols are in the community. You have to understand your body, understand your mind, and then you can operate on a way different level, because you are not dealing with the things normal people deal anymore with. For example, overeating. You don't need food in order to create energy. You can create energy through your mind. And I have developed this over time, because I come from martial arts, and in martial arts, every little edge makes a difference. And professional athletes, world-class athletes knows that. That's why most of them have a hypnotist, but most people don't know. Mike Tyson used to get hypnotized by Coach D'Amato when he was his coach. And that's why Tyson was so successful. You saw he looks like a psychopath, because he had one goal and one thing to achieve, and he did exactly that. And of course, Mike Tyson is a special example, but then you go into another sport like Eddie Hall, the world's strongest man in the world, used hypnosis. Watch his interview. So the world's strongest man and the world's most dangerous man already used hypnosis. So who else used hypnosis? Now let's look into modern day examples. Conor McGregor, he always talks about visualization and manifestation and seeing your future before it actually happens. And this is exactly what we're leveraging in hypnosis in order to achieve any goal you have. And Kobe Bryant, one of the best basketball players in history, used hypnosis. And the elite of the elite are using this in order to level up their mind, in order to access more information, in order to be in more flow state. And you can access these things with hypnosis, with access to all the memory of your lifetime. And when you go back into your memory, you will see that these memories are attached to an emotional association, and then you change the emotional association in order to have a different emotion attached to this experience, and then you simply stay in this emotion in order to create your desired reality. And all of this is proven in science. There are studies about this. The CIA has been using this for the past 50 years. Look it up, MK Ultra. They're using this stuff, and they're using this stuff because they know it's powerful, and this is how the mind works, and this is how actually your mind projects your reality. Every billionaire, you can ask them, they think we live in a simulation. And then you have to ask yourself, why are the smartest people in the world making claims like that? And then you have to go into it. And then once you understand a little bit about software, you understand that reality is run by a software. And then you have to ask what created the software, or why are we on a software, and how many softwares are there out there. And then you look into physics, and you look into quantum mechanics, quantum entanglement, all this kind of stuff. And then you understand more and more over time, once you have a bigger perspective and you can connect the dots. And yeah, this is just my life experience. You can also not take this seriously and move on with your life. I am totally fine with that. This is for the people who understand how powerful their mind can be, and this is the next level. And if you think you're capable of more, doesn't matter what stage of life you're in, doesn't matter what level you're in, you could be a billionaire or you could be someone who's just starting out. Because there's not much different. It's tapping into another identity. Once you step into your billionaire identity, you will do the things that a billionaire would do. And then all of a sudden you think like a billionaire, you operate differently, you think differently, your behavior is gonna different. And then over time, of course, depends on how strong you are, how strong your mind is, you will achieve these things. And then everything is about environment reinforcement. If you look at my songs, because I also produce songs, they all have a bigger perspective once you understand, because my first song is called Reality is Plastic. This is creating awareness. This is how my program works, the neural reprogramming method. I give you awareness about who you are and what subconscious patterns are driving you. My second song is called Reprogram. This is when in hypnosis, when you're my client, I reprogram your mind. And this is what I'm gonna do. And this is why my second song represents that. This is the step 2 in hypnosis. And the last step is called environment reinforcement. This song isn't released yet. I haven't even created it, but I already speak it into existence. And I'm gonna create the next song, which is called environment reinforcement. And that means that you remind yourself of who you are when you step into another identity. Reflect my identity in different atmospheres, on different platforms, in different niche, in different personality styles, because a different platform has a different audience, and to a different audience you have to speak differently. You understand? And every platform has their audience. You cannot talk the same on LinkedIn as you do on TikTok, right? It's a very different niche, very different target audience. And all of that I will teach you also about business once you get into the program. And because now you are competing with AI, and either you are afraid of AI or you use it to leverage, to amplify who you are, because this is what this is about. I'm my own testimonial. When you look at my videos, you see I implement the stuff that I talk about. In there you will understand also everything about my training schedule, how I can be so productive, how I only drink water and I drink coffee because I like coffee, and how you can leverage your own physicality, because if you're a man, you should have the highest testosterone levels, because that means you can go harder, you can push more. I don't need to eat, I don't need to sleep, I don't need these things because I'm operating at a higher level. And this is how you can increase your productivity, how you can remove overthinking, you can remove procrastination, you can sleep well. I have a 5-minute everyday toolkit. It's provided in the community. You listen to this and my stuff is the best in the world. They actually put you in trance. If you look at most hypnosis audios, they are not good. They are not the best in the world. They are not my quality. I am a professional hypnotist. I've hypnotized hundreds of people all around the world from different backgrounds, speaking different languages. I get into their subconscious and they go to sleep. And I do that with my hypnosis audios. Focus, let go, and make yourself relaxed, and you will enter your subconscious mind. And this is for everyone. Everyone can access these things. It's in my community. And then I have also my private clients. This is when you want to level up, the next step. This is when I go into your subconscious mind, when we change the emotional associations linked to experiences. And then we can really program your identity. Whatever you want, you write down your desired reality in 3 sentences, and this is gonna appear. You have to understand my time is very limited. Everyone that is operating at a higher level knows these things. That's why I haven't even started releasing my content and my inboxes are full. Everyone wants the service, and that's why I have to be very selective with my time, and I want to work with the best in the world. Best entrepreneurs, founders, visionaries. And if you have an idea and you want to be like the people in history who had their left brain and right brain connected, who had access to another field of information, if you want to be that guy and you're already successful and you want to pimp it up to the next level, I'm your guy. And if you're a professional athlete fighting or operating at the world stage, doesn't matter what sport it is, you understand anyway. I don't even have to tell you, because you're world class, that everything is your mind. And I can give you tools and show you tools and teach you tools and also work with you and let you see your vision. Let you see how you knock out someone. Feel that feeling, because your brain doesn't know the difference between something that you imagine in your mind or something that happens in reality, because the brain releases the same hormones. So you already see it, you already have experienced it, and you can create your desired outcome from your competition, from your next stage of life, from your next organization that you fight at. You can level up. You can, all of a sudden, people change their identities. All of a sudden, Nate Diaz is not a UFC fighter anymore, he's a boxer. Jake Paul went from nothing to everything. Jake Paul is using hypnosis. So You have to understand the power of your mind, and I also teach you everything about health, about how I move my body, about how I use breathing. Breathing is very important, how I use meditation, how I hypnotize myself to create a beautiful life experience, because in the end it's not about money. You have the money, you have the freedom, we good, right? But it's about fulfillment, it's about finding out who you are and having a big impact. And whatever you do, you could have a marketing agency, you could have an e-commerce store, but having something with purpose and being able to present your ideas for any content creator or personal brand. If you want to put yourself out more and operate like a G, like me, and you can hypnotize yourself out of that, because I'm just like you. I am a normal guy, and I hypnotize myself to be this absolute motherfucker. And I just speak my truth because I know who I am and I have good intentions, and that's why I love myself. And in the end, everything is about self-love. And you have to love yourself in order to be loved by other people. And you have to respect yourself and take your own words seriously. And this is what I represent. And if you represent the same, you are already aligned. And if you don't represent that, it's okay, because everyone has a different stage of life. Everyone is going to level up in their own time, and this is for the ones who are already level up. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Welcome to the Real Focus Show. Check out my website, realfocus.com, realfocus.de. All the information is provided in there. Just fill out the application form. You will be directed into what makes sense for you. My name is Real Focus, and I wish you a great day.